Hey, number ones. Today I'm gonna take you to the back rooms. Too late, don't click away. Look at the man, it's Polymathy. Come on, it's Luca Ranieri, and he's telling us about backroom Latin. Very intrigued.
Latin spoken in the back rooms. Why is there Latin spoken in the back rooms? That just makes this movie even creepier. I actually really liked the movie The Backrooms.
I liked it too. I mean, it was kind of mid plus. That's how I would like. It wasn't bad at all, but I think considering the backrooms, which I mean, I played a lot of the video games. I know it's not based on the video games. I get it, but I played a lot of the video games, so I'm kind of a fan of the creepypasta. So I have to say, I was expecting a bit more, particularly towards the end, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
And I knew exactly what this was as soon as I heard it. Well, actually, I had to hear a couple of the languages spoken. This is the Golden Record, a recording from the Golden Record on the Voyager probes. That record contained a number of sounds and images and also greetings. 55 greetings, 55 different languages greetings from around the world, including in Latin and Ancient Greek. And while we were watching this in the theater, I leaned over to Irene and I said, "E la sonda spaziale Voyager, incredibile." I was really excited. You can hear the full recording.
It's a space sound Voyager that's incredible, is what he said in Italian. Irene being his fiance, who is Italian.
On Wikipedia. Let's listen to the...
Is she his fiance or did they get married? I actually don't remember. Uh-oh.
The whole Latin part.
Salvete quicumque estis, bonam erga vos voluntatem habemus, et pacem per astra ferimus.
Now, I would swear this would be a German, possibly a Dutch speaker. The S almost sounds a little bit retracted, but
It does. I actually like that.
Germans can have a retracted S as well.
Yeah, retracted S is what it should be in classical Latin, for instance. But then again, he's doing the V as in ecclesiastical.
Well,
either way.
so I would have leaned towards German if the name of each person's recording weren't there, and a certain Frederick Michael Ahl, 1941 to 2025,
Professor.
was an American classical scholar who was professor of classics and comparative literature at Cornell University. How about that? He was American, and he sounds pretty German. He does the V, but he also has the hard C, so I assume this was just the pronunciation that was a little bit more common, perhaps at the time, in academic circles. In any case, that's pretty cool.
It's strange, though, that they do a mix. He's going to say it.
More common, perhaps at the time, in academic circles. In any case, that's pretty cool. Salvete quicumque estis. Hello, whoever you are. Bona erga vos voluntate habemus. Good towards you all will we have. Et pacem per astra ferimus. And peace through the stars we bear. Ah, that's nice. And, amazingly, he recorded the Welsh as well as the Ancient Greek recording that's on the record. I love that they had time for ancient languages when there's so many living languages they could have chosen to. I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. It would have been nice to get an actual Welsh speaker to record it, though. Instead of the big shot professor. It's just me, though.
But before we do the Ancient Greek, I need to tell you about the Ancient Language Institute, the sponsor of today's video. The Ancient Language Institute teaches Biblical Hebrew at the links.
All right, let me see. So if he's got any special code
in the description. Now let's
okay, well then just click the description, support this man, get the bag.
Listen to more of the Golden Record, specifically the Ancient Greek, which is the second language on the record. The first one, you'll never guess. It's Sumerian.
Silema chemen, oitinis poteste chairete, eirenikos pros philos eleluthamen philoi.
Paz e felicidade a todos.
Felicidades a todos. That's fantastic. Not just the Portuguese, but the fact that there's Ancient Greek on the record. So what is Professor Friedrich Ahl saying in this recording? He's saying, Hoitines poteste cairete, iranikos pros pilus elelutamen pilui, which means, whoever you are, hello. Iranikos, peacefully, pros pilus, to friends, elelutamen, we have come, piloi, friends, that is, as friends. And I was also struck by this hoitines poteste, which I thought I had recognized, but I was like, I don't think I've seen that very often. So I went to TLG, Thesaurus Linguae Graecae, incredible tool, and I looked it up, and I was shocked to see that Hoitines poteste. It only occurs one time. It's certainly, I think, a very, very useful phrase, and
That's insane. They chose one that only occurs one time.
could be used in a lot of different circumstances. So even though it's technically, as written, a hapax legomenon, that's structurally and productively, it's not necessarily that rare. But exactly this wording occurs one time in the whole corpus, and it's an Ephesian tale by Xenophon of Ephesus, Book 3. Which I think is amazing because I love an Ephesian tale. I think it's one of the best ways for students to progress out of the end of the beginner stage and into the intermediate stage.
Man, I love that. I love the level of details and passion that transpires from this man. Good friend of the channel, as you know. Luke Ranieri, that's the man. And also for any of you who is modern, like who is a Greek, do remember that he's not reading in modern Greek pronunciation. He's Greeking. He's Greeking. He's Greeking. What Naulan is not doing, he's Greeking. He's not Greeking in. I'm going to say it that way. He's not Greeking in modern Greek. He's Greeking in an ancient pronunciation, which is probably why it sounds wrong to you if you're a modern Greek speaker. It's kind of a reconstructed pronunciation
of their development in the ancient Greek studies. In fact, I have a whole video course just for an Ephesian Tale Book 1, and Book 2 is coming soon. A full immersion course, Ancient Greek Immersion, Boutismos, and you can check that out at lukeranieri.com. So something I've always wondered is how were aliens supposed to read the Golden Record? That is, to listen to it. And, well, NASA has a whole web page for that. And essentially,
maybe they're I know they have the instructions on how to do it, but I mean the idea is, I guess, is that because imagine if this thing ends up falling into a planet where the aliens are still in the Stone Age, or the aliens are in their version of the medieval period. Yeah, good luck with that. Or if it ends in a world where aliens don't have sound, like they don't have ears, maybe they have other biological structures, they just don't use that one, then it's going to be a complete, or maybe they do, but they have different frequencies, which could absolutely happen. Then that could be completely useless. They might look at the pretty gold unless they don't see it, whatever. I think the idea is, if this is a somewhat similar to us civilization, but is at more advanced, then they will see this and they will figure it out, I guess, how to play it, I imagine.
Instructions for how to build a phonograph player are on the record, which is remarkable. Let's have a look. Okay, so explanation of the recording cover diagram. So binary code defining the proper speed, 3.6 seconds rotation to the turn of the record. Hold on, let me zoom in on here a bit, which is associated with the fundamental transition of the hydrogen atom. This is brilliant stuff. Carl Sagan was obviously behind this. So this is what it looks like from above. You know, I mean, they're doing the best they can, which is admirable. This diagram defines location of our sun utilizing the 14 pulsars known in directions from our sun, and the binary code defines frequency of the pulses. This is something that is very similar to what they did in the movie Project Hail Mary, where the alien tries to communicate with Ryan Gosling's character to explain, oh, this is my planet, this is where it's located, where's yours, and they figured it out together. Really cool stuff. I mean, how do you communicate? How do the instructions of building something when...
I actually, the instruction for building something is interesting, but how would you communicate is actually something I've explored once on a video many years ago. It would be a very interesting conversation to have with Luca Ranieri, like how he would go towards that approach. Like, imagine if, as a premise of this possible collaboration video, what if you and I get selected? I mean, I can see why they would select you. I don't know why they would bother with me, but maybe for the hair, to compensate. And so they might say, you're both selected and you need to become our interpreters with an alien. So you have to go in there. There is an alien. You need to try and figure it out. He's making something. We think these are sounds. Figure it out. Try to find a way to communicate. How would you approach it? I would love to make that video. Let me know if you want to see that. Noble ones in the comments.
You don't even speak the same language, and but the universality of mathematics and physical properties is assumed, and I just think that's brilliant. Look at this stuff. This is terrific. This diagram illustrates the two lowest states of the hydrogen atom. The vertical lines with the dots indicate the spin moments of the proton and the electron. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. I just loved that the Voyager Golden Record, Greetings in 55 Languages, was in the background
Yeah, I didn't know this. Meaning, I noticed the Latin, I did not recognize the ancient Greek, but I did not think, oh, that's what that is. So that's cool.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वालों की तरफ से आपको chân thành với các bạn lời chào thân hữu.
There's something so old school about that recording. It sounds
True.
old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Even when Carl Sagan's son, Nick Sagan, gives the final greeting at the very end of the record, the greetings from the children of planet Earth.
Hello
Yes.
from the children of planet Earth.
That's lovely. And I remember
Lovely.
hearing that when I was a kid, because my grandmother would record the Nova programs from PBS, which I didn't get up here in the country, but closer to Philadelphia where she was, she actually got them and recorded them for me. So I'm very grateful to her that I was able to see, like on the Voyager probes and all these other things that just captured my imagination.
True.
So
It is insane because I love how happy he is. It's insane because it sounds like a sci-fi thing, but it's real. We did it. It's crazy.
like the Backrooms, that just has this weird and twisted version of reality, hearing something so optimistic and fundamentally so beautiful.
こんにちは。お元気ですか?
And that environment was so unsettling and so perfect. It was even weirder after I recognized what it was. I felt less comfortable, which was exactly what the movie was supposed to do.
I guess. I mean, I don't think a movie expected people to recognize it, but definitely to make you feel uncomfortable. So I agree with that.
I can also recommend Kane Parsons' original Backroom series. He's the director. He's only 20, a YouTuber.
Insane.
Fantastic guy. And he did with Blender almost all of his videos on his channel before getting hired to be the director and the filmmaker for the Backrooms horror movie, which is amazing. So, hey, look
Fantastic story.
at that. Latin and ancient Greek everywhere we go. And just as wonderful, science and space, the Voyager probes, hydrogen atoms, all of it vibrating together harmoniously. It's a wonderful thing. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks.
Absolutely. So thank you for sharing this fascinating stuff. Which one did you guys like the most? Did you guys like the Latin thing section, or did you like the ancient Greek section in the movie? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for joining Metatron's Academy. Bye.